They don't seem to be working, though up to a few minutes ago she was filing papers. A man, whom we assume is her boss, sits reading a page at his desk, holding it beneath a green banker's light. Her plump right arm bends to encompass a generous bosom, and her right hand rests on the edge of the open file drawer. Perhaps seconds ago she turned toward the man at the desk. Her face is vulnerable, intent. She is waiting. A piece of paper, partly hidden by the desk, lies on the floor between her and the man. We are led to believe that Edward Hopper is in a train, passing by on the L. A voluptuous curve, perhaps the most voluptuous curve in all of Hopper's paintings, almost to a surreal degree, belongs to the secretary in the night blue dress. In Office at Night, in oil on canvas, 1940. What word in 1940 would have been used to describe those rounded globes beneath the stretch from rounded hip to hip of her blue dress? If it weren't for that piece of paper on the floor, we might believe the museum's prim description of this painting. It says, "The secretary's exaggerated sexualized persona contrasts with the buttoned-up indifference of her boss. The frisson of their intimate overtime is undermined by a sense that the scene's erotic expectations are not likely to be met." Indifference? Wrong. The man is far too intent on the paper he is reading, and he is not sitting head-on at his desk. He is somewhat tilted toward the secretary. His mouth is slightly open as if to speak. His left ear is red. It is red. And what of their day? Her desk faces his in this small, cramped office. He must have looked up from his papers to say to her, seated behind her black typewriter, that tonight they must stay late. Did she call her mother? Or two roommates she met while attending Catherine Gibbs to say her boss asked her to stay late? On other evenings, she would have finished dinner, perhaps been mending her stockings or watching the newsreel at the cinema's double feature. But here she is tonight, looking down at the paper on the floor. Was it she who dropped it? Is it true that her dress has a chaste white collar, but the deep V of the neckline will surely fall open when she stoops over, perhaps bending at the knees over her spiffy black pumps to retrieve the paper? Another paper has been nudged towards the desk's edge and shows a refusal to lie flat in the slight breeze blowing the window shade into the office. Other papers are held in place by the 1940s black telephone, so heavy that in a 40s noir film it might serve as the murder weapon. Perhaps the story began at an earlier time. It might already be a situation causing the young woman just this morning to choose to wear this particular blue dress. We are all in the middle of their drama. She will bend before him. Someone will turn off the lights. They will leave before midnight. Perhaps it won't turn out well. But for now, the blue dress cannot be ignored.